we already did.
All right. Why does my phone keep going off?
What are you doing? Oh, well, we can see our questions right here.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. Whoa, there's already 25 people on. Hello.
Hey, everybody.
So we're here in the race shop on a Saturday. What was funny was I had a training from 11 to noon, and I started walking down the road, and all of a sudden I see like all the trucks leaving the shop parking lot, and I'm like, but it's like 10 minutes to 12:15. Where's everyone going?
We like to do our Saturday morning deal early to noon.
Early to noon.
Well, Rich comes in at 5:30.
Yes.
I wasn't in that early this morning.
Nope.
And then we get George. Lots of friends just kind of stop in, say hi. It's a Saturday morning ritual.
Just what they do. So walked here, and here we are. So we're here. Hello, good morning, everyone. How are you? Let's see. Hi, everyone.
So I like this guy's account name, Cheeks Racing 35. It's like
Creative.
It's like our chipmunk has a racing team.
I wonder if one of the boxes that came in is for the squirrel. Stay tuned for the squirrel's new present.
Is it a secret?
I mean, I haven't told anyone I bought it.
You've only had about 20 people ask you to buy this.
I know. So if you've seen it, you probably know what it is. Yeah.
If you pay attention to Mandee's Instagram at all.
Yes.
Story.
So we're here on a Saturday. Interesting that we're in the race shop.
Michael asks, does Mike know when his first race might be? I have no idea. It's a frustrating thing for everyone, I think, that we just don't know. But
I really want to put my elbows on the table, but they're dirty.
The table is dirty. To be on the show today, because I figured, he's here on Saturdays and he could come on. He declined because he thought that Josh should be on the show first.
Oh, I see.
All right, so maybe we'll have him on, give you guys a little crew member insight.
Okay.
What it's like.
Yeah, what like to work for Mike Maney.
Yeah, they don't like it. They say I'm a mean boss.
Are you?
No.
I was gonna say far from.
No.
I come in, I'm like, are they doing anything?
This morning, to be honest, there was a lot of talk and very little action.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Imagine that. Did we learn anything? Did we conquer the world?
I'm all hopped up on Stewart's coffee.
You had coffee?
Yep, because George brought us coffee, and I didn't do anything, so I'm just wired right now. Ready to go.
Super.
Now, if you don't know,
did you have breakfast?
Stewart's are all constructed around here by Darcy Construction, one of our primary sponsors on our car.
They did make it really nice Stewart's.
They built
Stewart's
some nice projects and buildings.
Sketchy.
And they have a nice crew of people. When they were here in E-Town, they spent a lot of time at the restaurants and stuff, and we got to know them very well.
So John asks, how much did we drink last night?
Not much.
No. I like amaretto. My father was judging me completely last night. What the heck?
She likes the nutty flavor.
Like
the nutty flavor of amaretto.
Yeah. So I drink
She's kind of a nut.
Yeah. I drink it. What is it? Is it called? Is it neat when it's by itself? There's nothing in it. Is it neat when there's no ice? Is that what you call it? Right? Clean, neat?
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Like beverage?
Neat is nothing. You just put it in there.
Yeah.
And then on the rocks, you put a couple ice cubes in it.
I like it neat. It's good. So I had like just a little bit because I ran out, and we gotta go to the liquor store today and the grocery store.
This is an interesting question here.
Yeah.
Very personal. Andrew Merritt asks, Mike, do you have a budget for the year, or do the Huddings just pay bills as you go? Well, the problem with the racing is that it's pretty hard to make money over how much you spend. So the budget's a hard thing to tackle. And I honestly don't know how to answer your question because it changes by the day.
Yeah.
You try to have a plan to begin with, and then you kind of have to just make it work as you go.
Amaretto with orange juice. Someone told me, what was the drink Alessia suggested? It's called the Godfather. It's like amaretto and something. I don't know. I think that what we're going to do today is go to the grocery store, and I'm going to go buy a mint leaf plant and grow mint leaves so I can have mojitos. And I'm going to call that gardening. That's what my Saturday is going to consist of.
Peter Gills says, with the extra time, are you building new cars or getting the cars you have super ready? The answer is getting the cars we have super ready, because with all of the businesses shut down and everything, our budget is kind of shut down too. So we're not really focusing as much on the new car as we are as just like getting what we have as prepared as good as we can.
Mm-hmm. And Ray points out Mike is racing tonight at 7 o'clock on Dirt Track Digest. Are you not?
I am. Is it 7 o'clock? Did you look it up?
No, that's just what Ray said. I'm just going to count on him.
Oh, I hope you're right, Ray, because 7 o'clock would be great.
This is how last minute we are. Usually, I'm pretty sure, weekly racing, we know when they start. But a special show, you'll just leave, and I'll be like, Mike, what time do the pits open? And you're like, I don't know. We're just going to get there early. So you usually never know.
Well, the thing is it doesn't even matter when they open if the car isn't ready and loaded in the trailer. So my focus is that.
I know.
We're going to get there when we get the thing done and loaded and leave. Because if it doesn't happen, then we don't get there. Me spending time on my phone looking it up isn't helping get that done.
So where are you racing tonight?
I believe it's Eldora. Yeah, it's Eldora 410 wing sprint cars.
You really need to get a schedule.
That's what my marketing person does.
We should hire one.
I like to do the mechanics, and I like to drive the cars. Mm-hmm. The marketing, I want to hire someone to do that. And Mandee doesn't want me to pay her.
So you're just SOL.
So she doesn't want me to pay her. She doesn't want to do it. So anybody want a marketing job?
Anyone want to be Mike's BFF? That'd be cool. I'd be okay with that. What else?
What's Mandee's favorite Stewart's ice cream?
Did you figure out?
Coconut.
Yeah, but what was it called?
I don't know. It's got chocolate ice cream with coconut in it, which doesn't appeal to me at all. So I didn't really look at it. I like vanilla ice cream, peanut butter.
Gross.
Peanut butter pandemonium.
You have a question?
My mom says amaretto with orange juice is awesome.
I already read that.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. I know Kim asked if there's no racing.
Mandee Hito.
What will we do with our time this summer?
If there's
no racing, would we even be allowed to do anything? Is the real question. I would just go to the beach. Maybe I'll buy a beach house.
What would we be allowed to do? I don't know.
Exactly. I think I would buy a beach house with a pool and quarantine myself at a pool all summer.
I think I'd build a chili bowl midget.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That doesn't surprise me.
Maybe we'd build a track in the backyard and host races underground, nobody knowing.
My dad has a small track.
Yeah, but it's in New Jersey. They'd get on that in no 2 seconds.
Oh, that's true.
They'd be flipping out.
That's so true.
The second you fired your engine up, there'd be cops there.
Yep. It's happened before. They'd know where to go. I need agua.
So, what else we got?
There's something that.
Footbox area with a trans. Does it have 2 or 3 pedals or a hand clutch? So, I think you're talking about a big block modified, and there's a box tranny cover deal that separates your feet, so you can't have the 3 pedals in a row like you would have in a late model or a Winston Cup car or whatever you call it. So we just have the throttle on the right and the brake on the left and a hand clutch. And when you put, we now have remote shifters. We used to have those shifters up down by the transmission. but now it's remote, and you just leave it in the middle for first or low gear, and you push the clutch in to make it roll, which is the opposite of your street car if it's a manual transmission. And once you get it rolling and up to the right speed, you just push the lever forward and it drops into high gear and you're locked in and you don't do anything but the throttle and the brake from there.
When I first started racing, I had to have, the shifters, it was so old school, the shifters were in between my legs. My dad actually had to make an extender because I couldn't reach it.
And she's not the only one. If you're not tall like me, a lot of people have trouble reaching those shifters, which is why they came out with the remote shifters so it's easier to reach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. RC racing. Don't you?
I started out RC racing before anything. I did slot cars and then RC cars when I was younger. I loved it. I thought it was fun because I got to mess with the suspension and get them dialed in, and you could groove the little tires and all the stuff you do with the big cars, just little. Josh has got some little mini 1/18 scale cars over there. They're pretty cool. I'm going to go get one. I'll show you.
Okay, bye. Thanks for participating. Keep them occupied. You guys want to talk? What do you want to talk about? Anything in particular? When and where did you win your first race for each class you raced in? When and where was your first win? Oh, did we discuss this? Wasn't this at Weed Sport?
First big block win was Weed Sport, yeah. First sportsman win, I think, I won at Weed Sport and Dundee.
Oh, wow.
Or,
that's actually
Outlaw Speedway it is now.
That's remote control.
Check out this midget. It's got full suspension with the torsion bar suspension. It's got all the the rear ends in there. It steers off the Pitman arm, just like a real car does. It's got the little driver in there.
Is there a wing?
Headers, everything. Now that's the midget. Is there a wing? This is the sprint car.
Oh, I see.
Look at that. These are sick. So this is about, I think the price tag says it's like $265.
And they're remote control?
That's an expensive model, but it's a cheap RC
nice.
car, really. And they're fast.
Can you race them?
Yeah, you race them on carpet. So you build like a little oval track with a carpet surface, and they rip around there. It's fun. So
I mean, I guess it's.
I never raced this type of RC car. Mm-hmm. I had an RC truck that I raced at Walt's Hobby in Syracuse, and it had the same pattern as our American Racer and Hoosier modified tires have, like the chain link pattern tires. And we race on clay ovals, indoor and outdoor. So indoor in the winter and outdoor in the summer. I
like the tracks that are old school that you just use the handle and the car goes. What track? What is that?
Mom just sent me a picture of my old RC car.
Oh, that's
so cute. There you go. That's what I raced.
That's cute.
I started. Had my dad's number on it. Yep.
Let's see.
Hand painted, guys.
You hand painted that?
No.
I'm impressed. Kyle asked, thoughts on Mohawk International. Have Billy's ever been there? I'd imagine my dad might have. Actually, I got, no. Who was it that sent me the picture of my dad at Drummond the other day? Was it Bernier?
Yeah. Oh, Jan Boussier. Yeah. Jan Boussier sent you a picture of your dad racing a Drummond in the M1, the B&F General car. Machine.
I got that picture. I was like, I didn't know I did my dad even
when I was younger watching my dad race, Tim Fuller drove that car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at Fulton when we were racing there. So that car I've always seen, but I didn't realize, I never knew till I met you that your dad drove that car before that.
And I didn't know he went up there. I don't think my brother's been Mohawk. I'd imagine my dad probably has.
And we noticed, of course, Billy built these in the A pillars, which we talked about the other day on the show. He built Lexan pieces that fill in the gap and add more surface area for the aerodynamics on the car on that thing. So it was pretty.
Of course,
it was a pretty wild body.
I was like, "Is this normal?" And Mike's like, "Nope."
No, he was trying to get an advantage with the rules that were given.
I have to show you guys speaking of, hang on.
Oh, that picture, that car is awesome looking.
Well, hang on.
Let me show him that car.
What?
I want to show him that car.
Fine. Show him that car.
This right here is what a dirt modified should look like. Big tires, sail panels, and that body is just awesome.
But then what they're doing right now, so you see this picture, and then there's Billy and his little Billy.
Look at that.
The generations. Isn't that cute? So they're actually right now, all the cars are in Jersey, like as we speak, while we're doing our live. They have all their cars laid out. And even little guy has his go-kart out. Isn't that cute? Yep. That's what I'm missing right now in New Jersey. It's terrible. Looks warm there.
Yeah.
Warmer than here.
No, it's nice out today.
It is nice.
You got to give E-Town credit because we got some sun and it's beautiful out. Nice day. I think we'll have to do something outside.
Nick asks, at the Pauch compound, do you have any of the old cars your dad and grandfather raced? My dad does, yes. My grandfather, no. I don't even know where those cars would be. He didn't race very long, but my dad has some, yes. Actually, they have my brother's very first race car up on the old trailers in the back. You've seen that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should pull that out. Okay, are we going to do a walk around when the car is done without body? Michael?
Without body? No way. Sorry. You can't. You're not seeing all that.
No.
Sorry.
That's like privileged.
Not sorry.
So sorry, not sorry. Oh my God.
I'll give you as many tips as I can give you without making it like a complete free for all.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not fair.
Mm.
And it's no offense to you. It's just like I'm not just showing you, I'm showing everybody.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
like you can't just
I was thinking last night someone went live and was walking through their race shop and Mike was like,
yeah, everybody.
I'm like, Mike,
these
is anyone there?
Videos, like every picture, I gotta tell you. So many people probably don't realize any picture of car rolled up in the corner or like somebody's race shop. Everybody that's a real competitor takes that, zooms in, and it's like, all right, what is his rod angles? Where has he got the, where's he got? What hole is that in? And what is he running in the left side panhard or the right side? Is he on coils or is he, everybody does that, whether they say they do or not.
Mm-hmm. Like
they have to.
The video we posted up, our quarantine video, I didn't think anyone would notice, but someone noticed and commented that we have a warmth sticker on our fridge. Yep, there's not a whole much of reasoning behind that, but someone noticed it. Like, you notice those things that...
Tell them exactly why that's on there.
I mean...
Besides the fact that it's ironic and funny.
Yeah. Well, my mom sent me a picture, and on the picture was that sticker, and I took it off the picture and...
Stuck it on the fridge.
Stuck it on the fridge.
But not on the fridge, on the freezer.
The freezer. So I was like, the freezer gives us warmth because there's ice cream in it. But whatever, So that just goes to show that. Okay, that was an interesting conversation. Wayne asks, how did you and Mike meet? Mike, how did we meet?
I've told this one before.
Did you?
Well, I don't really know, but the first time we really talked was when I broke my finger in the Speedster at Action Track.
Yep.
And I went in the ambulance and they were checking my hand out and my head out and whatever. And Mandee came by to see if I was okay. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
So.
And then I think that following year you continued racing because really.
We've been together 4 years now.
Yeah. Because at the time, well, when we first started dating, we lived 3.5 hours away from each other. So it was then, it was like perfect timing because really that when we first really started talking, that's when I worked for the Super Dirt Car Series. Mm-hmm. So that kind of like pushed it off. So that's how that happened.
Sorry, I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find a picture to show you guys.
What are you doing?
I want to show my dad's car that
Okay.
looks awesome.
Pouch Family Open House is still on, correct. It is July 12th on a Sunday. John wants to know, Mike, did you ever get the feeling she was stalking you? That's a fantastic question, John.
I absolutely did.
I did. It's because I did. I did stalk him. It was great.
This woman right here, she's a go-getter. She sees something she wants and she just goes and takes it.
I gets it.
Yep.
I don't take it. I gets it.
Okay.
Yep. I was like, he's cute. He likes race cars. Let's try it out.
Let's try it out.
Let's try it out. Let's have a test run.
Okay.
Why did I give up writing for what's NSSN?
Speed Sport?
Is that Speed Sport?
National Speed Sport, yeah.
Okay,
NSSN,
Speed Sport.
yeah.
I don't want to say I gave it up, but with my videos and all the stuff that I'm doing, it's slightly time consuming to come up with topics to write about. And as much as I really do, I mean, I still do stuff for Speed Sport, but you wouldn't know. I have ads in the Speed Sport magazine that I actually, no, is it Speed Sport? No, I do it in their spring. I do it in Sprint Midget.
She does the ads.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I have ads in there, but I don't write as much. I do enjoy that, but I don't know. I like doing this instead. It's more fun. I like to do stuff that's more fun.
Man, these pictures are hard to find. Does anybody else have this problem? Like pictures, there's no organization to them in a phone. They're just everywhere.
Yeah.
Does anybody know like an app that organizes pictures? Because the iPhone one doesn't do it very well.
So Ray asks, did anyone try to talk you out of me? Did anyone try to talk you out of dating a race driver? Absolutely. Everyone. Every single race car driver out there that's older than, what's this?
I don't know. Nick Marco just sent me this to show everyone. It's one of the Pouch cars.
Oh. Okay. That car. Sorry. That's in reference.
It says Roy Pouch on
yes, but that's not. It's just a replica. Goop had bought that as a replica. Goop
Head?
Goop had.
Oh, Goop
bought
had
that, but it's not actually my grandfather's. But it's a replica, like same car and everything. But yeah, so a lot of people. Actually, the funniest one is for the longest time. Every time I would see Fred Raymer, he would tell me, "You're not dating a race car driver, are you?" And I'd say, "No." And I start dating Mike. He's like, "Did you get rid of him yet?" And I said, "No." He likes him, but most race car drivers know how race car drivers are, and they say you probably shouldn't date them. And I'm over here like, well, I've dealt with 2 of my own, so I'm pretty sure I can handle it. And yeah. There's a lot I could say with that, but I have been recommended to not.
Hey, I just got a message that I'm missing the ESS practice on iRacing right now, and
Oops.
just so I can throw a little ad, they're going to have a race tomorrow on the Empire Super Sprints Facebook page at 3:00. If you guys want to watch.
Have we been bowling? That's a good question, John. I think
bowling. We've been bowling.
But who's better?
Me. I can throw it down the lane with either hand because I'm ambidextrous.
He just likes saying that word. He's not really. No, he actually is. You suck.
No, she's good. Are you good? I don't remember.
I'm better than my brother. That's all that matters. He's terrible.
Well, Billy has his strengths.
Yep.
And
these guys
they're in a race car.
Yes.
And they're also with numbers and financials.
Yeah. When it comes to bowling or anything with him standing on like 2 feet, he can't do it. I love you, Billy, but Did
he ever play basketball?
We both played basketball.
Okay. I would think he'd be all right, but also a little bit clumsy.
Yes.
Sorry, Billy. No.
He would put us down in a heartbeat, so I don't care. It's fine.
You're right.
He would. He totally would.
He would, and I'm asking for it now, so I better be ready.
Yeah, you are. You just opened a whole can of worms on that one.
Yep, I'm gonna get it for this one.
His lack of balance is pretty bad, but mine is just as bad.
Oh
so
yes,
fine.
Dad sent me pictures.
Woohoo!
This is the coolest car I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I like when they look like that.
So
Just swipe it, honey. Swipe it. There you go.
yep, there's another photo of it.
Mm.
That's my favorite race car of all time.
Mm.
Yep, wide left rear tire, like they run on, like they would run on a wingless sprint.
It's pointy. So that was the same time period then.
Yep.
Whoa.
Little lip, like the lip on the rear of the roof. If you see that, the way the lines of the side rails go with the flat bottom rail and the downward top rail, it just looks cool. It's just mean, just sitting there. Love those cars.
Patrick asked, Mike and Mandee, what is your favorite big race? Eastern States Super Dirt Week, Charlotte, National Open.
The National Open is your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is Fulton 200.
That's a good one.
It's just something that I got it. I really hope I can win that race someday.
Yeah. Ooh.
And really, really close.
76er. Yeah, you've been really close to Fulton 200.
We finished second. We finished third multiple times.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're working on it. Let's see. Mike, how many spots left do you have on the raffle for your race car? And how much are the spots? Paul is asking.
So spots are $80 a piece, and there's no limit on the spots. We're gonna raffle it off really quickly and get it filled up. And if you message me on Facebook, I'll send you the list, and you can pick what numbers you'd like. And I can tell you more information on the car if you'd like. I've got pictures, details, and everything.
You need to know.
It's a really nice car. It's very complete. It's well worth. If you can come home with this complete car for $80, you could make a go-kart out of it. You can put it out front for a Christmas ornament. You can sell it. You can race it. You can do whatever you want with it, but it's worth a lot more than what you're going to invest for a ticket. So somebody's going to go home very happy.
One of my brother's friends, when he first moved into his house, him and his wife made a flower bed out of a race car.
Exactly. See, that could be.
It can be a.
I hope you actually race it because it's a really nice car, yes. and you could win some races with it. But I mean, if you win it, you can do whatever you want with it.
Kyle had asked something earlier. This.
Your chassis brand decided by the car owner or your preference? Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, I definitely, so with the Huddigs, they've kind of given me a lot of freedom with what to do here. But when I came here, we had 4 Bicknells. So to the budget wise, we talked about the budget earlier, it saves a lot of money if you keep that the same. To switch manufacturers would be selling cars for less than what they're worth, and then taking that money and not having enough for even one race car. So you got to work with what you got. And so we have Bicknells, and I really like them. They fit. Their fit is great. Their customer service is great. Cars drive great. So I'm very happy with them. And so we've added to that, and we've got more Bicknells now. And that's exactly why, for example, we raffled off the Troyer that we had, and we're raffling off the Teal because I want them all to be the same.
Yep.
You know, just because that way the parts off this car fit on that car, or vice versa, and the parts on the shelf are all the same for each car, and so on and so forth.
Apparently, did you know Land of Legends is having a reserved practice for race teams? I
heard that. So on the 4th, they are going to have practicing. If you go on their Facebook page. Oh, it's the 2nd. Okay, I'm wrong. I could have wrong. But anyway, if you go on their Facebook page, it's pretty interesting because they have all these rules and regulations about like staying 6 feet away and you know, like everybody like distancing and everybody's parked so far away from each other and only allowing so many entries and so on. So I hope they can make it work. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And I hope that everybody's safe and has fun. How about that?
I think it would be great to do, but I also feel that there are some people that won't take it serious. I'm not pinpointing anyone, but like you're at the races or
they'll
practice.
They'll like wander over and talk to each other.
And they'll wander over and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we're actually over here like, "No, 6 feet." Like, I'm gonna put a big rope up.
Are you gonna set up a rope?
I might.
I don't think we're gonna be allowed to go.
Depending on who's coming, I'm just gonna put a big rope up. Be like, stay away. You're what?
I don't think we're gonna be allowed to go, but I wish we could do some practice, but I don't think we're gonna be allowed to.
I think we should call it airborne. Wow.
Sure.
Let's do it. We can have some fun videos. Oh, thank you, Kyle. Reading his compliment. So sweet.
So David says, have him show a pic of that car, Kathy. What do you mean? I just showed you pictures of that car. Or is it just like there's a delay?
I don't think so. There's not that long of a delay. Because your mom said the car was a 93 Tobias chassis.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what it was.
Patrick asks, how important are hot laps considering the track changes throughout the night and some drivers use different tires for hot laps, heats, and feature? I think hot laps are important because, we've run into issues like...
Yeah. So hot laps you go out there and you make sure that you don't have any leaks and that your brakes work and that like the engine runs okay. But you don't learn a dang thing about how the car handles because the track's usually so wet that
it's us running the track and making sure our car runs.
You're packing the track in for the track.
Honestly,
if it was up to me, nobody would get hot laps. And I understand people are going to disagree with me or whatever, but like I'd rather just like if the track was ready, just go out and race without hot laps.
Yeah, but
because all it does is get the car dirty. It's more laps on the motor that we didn't really need, and we didn't learn anything. But if you don't go out, you're not taking advantage of that, like making sure that the engine runs okay and everything. But if nobody gets to, then it's fair.
Yeah,
right?
But I feel
just like if nobody has a race right now,
like,
then I'm not missing out. But if somebody has a race, then I need to be there.
I feel that practice is beneficial because imagine no one has practice and you go to line up for your heat race and all of a sudden like a wire comes loose and you're like, well, I didn't have practice. This might have happened during practice and I would have saved it and I would have been able to make it out for my heat race. Now you're not going to be able to make it out for your heat race.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, there's been many times where I've needed that. Yeah. Many times.
Exactly.
So I need the hot laps.
Mm-hmm. We all do.
But it is a lot of mud.
It is. I understand. I understand. It sucks. But it is beneficial, supposed. Are you reading the bottom question?
Mike, do you jack up?
You gotta read the
Ray says, Mike, do you jack up your car and put it up on jack stands to keep the pressure off the tires every time you get off the track? It's not really keep the pressure off the tires. It's more to keep it off the suspension. But yes, we usually use air jacks on the front and rear bumper, jack the car up, and then you take the tires off. You clean the mud out of the left rear wheel. You clean the mud off the bottom of the deck, and you clean the mud off of the inside of the door supports and stuff. Because you've got about 50 pounds of mud when you come in from hot laps, so you got to scrape off the car. And then you get like kind of an inspection on the car. You pull all the wheels off, get them cleaned up, you grind them up, or you grab another set, whatever, and you get what you need ready for the heat race. But in the meantime, you're looking at everything and just visually inspecting to make sure that there's nothing wrong, because these things always have something wrong. It's like your street car, you hop in it, you turn the key, and you hardly ever look at it unless your inspection runs out and you have to go in and somebody looks at it and says you need new brakes or something. But these things, there's always something you have to stay on top of it.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're welcome for a great week of videos. Enjoy your day off. Thank you. Considering you just reminded me, Eddie, that it is 35 minutes. So this is a wrap on our Saturday, I think.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Any last questions?
Last questions.
How about it?
David Hepburn says, kind of agree, Mike, but always good for the fans to hear the cars prior to the start of racing. In the old days, it was your first chance to see who was racing that night. I agree with that. I like that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, as a fan, you're sitting there and they bring out the cars and the announcer says, Mike Mahaney's driving the number 35, Darcy Construction, Adirondack Auto Machine. And it gets a chance for not only sponsorship exposure, but who's driving what car and what's going on. So, yes, that is a great point. We definitely need that. Yeah. But it could also be done prior to heats and things as well, which many tracks take advantage of.
The track just needs to be pre-run in by the time we get there.
How about that? While doing track prep, I believe. So like they're doing a little track prep in the corners of the back stretch. They bring the heat out, park it on the front stretch at Bridgeport a few years ago, and they were announcing and telling you about each driver as they worked on the track. I thought that was kind of neat.
It wasn't while they were working on the track.
It wasn't? They just did it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anyway, they did a little introduction.
I did like that, though. Yeah. So what they did was each heat would line up on the front stretch, like just pull up, stop for maybe a minute. They'd run through everyone, and then they'd do their heat. And then they do that.
And say that was heat 1. My favorite part about that is heat 2 didn't need to be lined up yet, because you got a couple seconds.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I love how, because every track thinks they got to have heat 5 lined up when heat 1's going out, and that is not the case.
No.
I mean, we can do things quicker than that.
Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us on our Saturday. We have our veggies to go pick up. Woo, and go grocery shopping.
All right.
Yay. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday through Friday, same time, 12:15 Eastern Standard Time. And until then,
thanks.
Have fun, stay safe, wash your hands, eat your veggies.
See ya.
Oh, jeez. Stuff everywhere. Oh, nah. Bye, guys.